Hey everyone, Artisan Dragon here. Well, I pulled out all my PS2 games and I'm gonna do this in two parts. So this is part one, and this is 45 games in this video based on movies and or franchises. So let's get started with this. Alright, I'll start with this stack over here. Seems the easiest. Alright, we've got Shrek 2. Super fun one. You get to play 4 characters simultaneously, and your character roster can change throughout the game, so it's pretty cool. Alright, we have Shrek the Third. This one you mostly just play Shrek, and I think at some points you play Puss and Donkey as well, but this one's pretty good. Shrek Carnival Craze. This is just a party game thing. It's kind of a Mario Party clone, basically. It's pretty fun, though. You get to play with Shrek characters and pick your character and everything, and it's cool. There's another board game one for Xbox that I really liked, but I haven't been able to get the PS2 version of it yet. Alright, we have Shrek Smash and Crash Racing. I love this one because you get to race as Dragon with Donkey on her back, so that one's kind of cool. And of course, Puss is on a bull. Puss in Boots, right? Alright, Shrek Super Slam. Yeehaw! This one is a blast. If you like fighting games that are, similar to, of course, Super Smash Brothers, am I right? You are with Donald Duck going quackers. This one's Donald Duck's, I think it's his first... No, it's not his first video game. But it's one of his only 2 on PlayStation 2, as far as I know. This one's really cute and really fun if you love Donald Duck, and I do, so... Okay, here's another one. It looks like Donald Duck, but I think they gave him a different voice. He's actually a superhero in this one. Yeah, PK, the superhero. Yeah, a superhero alter ego of Donald Duck. So, it is him, but, the voice is different, so it kind of throws you off a little bit when you're playing it. Alright, Tarzan Untamed. This one is very challenging, but it's still fun. I mean, it's not as good as the PS1 Tarzan game, but I still like it for what it is. Alright, Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge. Around the same time, they also came out with a Game Boy Advance game called, The Pumpkin King, I believe. And I have it in my collection. But this one is pretty much a 3D platformer. And, oh my gosh, this one's so much fun. If you're a Nightmare Before Christmas fan, this game is a must-have. Seriously. It's the only decent video game made for that movie. Alright, here we are with Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs. I love these movies, and this game is my favorite of the 2 that I have, I think. I like the second one a little bit more, but this one is fun because you get to play a bunch of different characters. Here we are with Ice Age 2. Woohoo! Got Sid, Diego, Manny, and you mostly play Scrat the Squirrel. And they actually have a Scrat game that came out for PS4 that's kind of similar to this. So, it's enjoyable, I gotta say. Alright, Looney Tunes Acme Arsenal. This one's pretty challenging. You get to play different Looney Tunes with different weapons, and it gets pretty crazy. Sometimes I have trouble with the loading on this one. Sometimes it errors, and I get blue screen. Oops. But you know, I just keep restarting until I can get through levels. It's not so bad. Okay, I'm just going to move these right here. And this is one of my favorites. Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. Oh man, if you're a fan of classic Scooby-Doo, this one is definitely up your alley, let me tell you, because the storyline is so much fun, and for the time this came out in, let's see if I can find the date on the back here, 2002. The graphics are pretty decent, actually. 2002 was a good era for PS2 because there were a lot of good games to come out that year. Here we are with Mystery Mayhem. Gameplay's quite a bit different on this one. There's no jump button, which makes it pretty challenging, but you're basically playing a Scooby or Shaggy. I think you can switch between them, and you just, you know, try to get through areas, put on disguises, and you just try to survive. Alright, here we are with Scooby-Doo Unmasked. This one's pretty fun. You get to collect, rubber bits or something like that from robots. And it's actually pretty fun for what it is. And it also has some classic villains in it, and Scooby gets really cool costumes and stuff that he can do certain moves with. So it's actually a pretty cool concept, I think. They did pretty good with that one. Alright, here we are with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This also came out for PS1 as well, and I think Xbox and GameCube. I used to have it for GameCube, but I went with the PlayStation 2 version instead, mostly because I am still play my PlayStation 2 and 3 a lot more than my PS4. So yeah, this one pretty much says it all. Yeah. And Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This was actually the first Harry Potter game I owned. My parents got it for me around the time I got my PlayStation 2. So, yeah, I love this one so much. This one's very close to my heart. Alright, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I own all the movies and all the books, and this is my favorite movie and book. So the game, well, not saying it's bad, but it could have been better. Honestly, the Lego game is much better than these are, I have to say. They kind of outdid themselves. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. That's another one that kind of veers off into a different type of gameplay, and the camera angle is a little bit hard to deal with at times. So it's a little bit, you know, but it is what it is, and it's still a good game. Alright, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Now, the gameplay is very, very slow with this one. You really have to have the patience to play it. But one of the cool things is you're following the Marauder's map most of the time, so you see little footprints on the ground you have to follow. So it's not so bad. Eventually you find your way around, but like I said, it's slow. Yeah, you really have to have the time and the mental power to handle how slow this game is. Okay, Harry Potter Quidditch Cup. Now, I heard that the new Hogwarts Legacy game coming out doesn't have Quidditch in it. That's just a rumor. I don't know if that's actually true or if they're planning on adding it later, but anybody who wants to play Quidditch, here you go. This is for you. All for you. This is also available for GameCube and Xbox as far as I know. Yeah, that one's a good one. This middle stack here is all Star Wars, so I'll do that one last, I think. Let's get into the fantasy here. Let's start with, not that one, this one. Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Fantastic movie, fantastic book series. I own all 7 books, and there's only 3 movies so far. But, yeah, this game is actually pretty decent. You get to play as all 4 kids, and, they all have different moves. They can do different things, and it's actually pretty cool. Alright, Narnia Prince Caspian. Now this one you get to play other characters other than the 4 kids. There's like, let's see, there's a Minotaur. He's my favorite one to play, honestly. Yeah, 20 different characters. Co-op play, team-up play, and drop in and play in co-op mode, which I have not tried that with these because my PS2 doesn't go online. And I don't usually have a second player to play 2 players with anyway, so there's that. G-Force. This is that silly movie that came out that I couldn't believe they came out with a video game for it. So, of course I had to get it because I'm, animals, right? It's animals. Talking animals. And it's so cute because you're running around as a guinea pig with a bunch of tech gear on. What could be more fun than that, right? It's actually pretty funny because you're exploring this tech lab building, and it's actually pretty cool. Space Chimps, another very obscure movie that came out and a lot of people just didn't like it. And of course, they came out with a video game. This is the time, let's see. Yeah, this one came out in 2008? 2000? I'm not that old. I think it says 2008. But anyway. Yeah, this is a cute game. It really is. It's fun for what it is. The movie is adorable. And the game, it's a little challenging, of course, but hey, this game is great. Alright. Over the Hedge. For those of us who love animals and have a massive sense of humor. This game you also get to play like a 2-player co-op. Yeah. Choose teams of 2 and switch between RJ, Vern, Hammy, or Stella. So you always have 2 characters, and you can choose which 2 characters you play with on each level. So, and they all have different tools and stuff that they use, and most of their skills are pretty much the same, but it's fun. Some of them have some really funny lines too. Alright, Tale of Despero. Oh, what do you know? That's by the same developer as Space Chimps. Huh. Interesting. Well, Tale of Despero. This was one of those really cute movies that had very little to no advertising when it came out, and not many people knew about it. And it made me sad because this movie deserved so much more attention than it got. It's another 2008 movie. So, very cute movie. I recommend at least trying this game. You're running around a library as a mouse on books. What more fun than that, right? Alright, here we are with B-Movie. Oh, you can tell I love 3D platformers, huh? Pretty much all my games are 3D platformers if they're not racing or fighting or, something else. But, yeah, B-Movie, this is another cute one. Voiced by Jerry Seinfeld. I believe he still does his voice in this game, too. I think it's still him. This one came out in 2007. So, yeah, it's a very, very cute game. I love it. I love riding around in a little car. That's just me. I'm 5. I'm not really 5. You guys know this. You should know this by now. Okay. Here we are with Treasure Planet. There is also a PS1 version of this one. I think I still have it. I might have shown it in my PS1 collection video. Pretty sure I did, because I only own like 20 of those. But this PS2 version is excellent compared to that one. There's more hoverboarding and stuff to do. And, oh boy, yeah, the solar surfing. Oh my goodness, I love it. It's really fun. This one's very obscure. Stitch Experiment 626. Yes, you play Stitch before he escapes. This game pretty much explains why he was locked up. Why he was locked up in the first place and presented to the council. You all know the very beginning of the movie if you've seen it. So this pretty much explains everything that happened before all that. Before Lilo and Stitch the movie even happened. So, yeah, this is a prequel to Disney's feature film, Lilo and Stitch. As I said. And this one actually is really fun. He has different weapons and stuff he can use, and it's wild. Alright, here we are with The Hobbit. This is by Sierra, that also did Spyro. Let's see, the Spyro game. What is it? The Legend of Spyro series. And they're not a bad studio, but I'm not a fan of just the camera angles get a little wonky with this one sometimes, but it's a really good like prequel game because we didn't really have the official movies at the time this one came out. This came out, let's see, yeah, 2003. So this was way before the Hobbit movies. Yeah, this one's really good. It's an interesting art style, too, so it's something to get used to. I really like the dragon in the background. I'll have to try to draw that. But anyways, Lord of the Rings, Two Towers. This one is actually based on the movie, and it's very challenging, but it's still fun. It has its moments where you just want to tear your hair out, but if you love sword fighting games and all that, this one's the one for you. And once in a while I still play it because it's different. Alright, here we are with Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, another official movie game. And this one's actually better than Two Towers. I think this is my favorite one of the Lord of the Rings games I own. Because it's a little easier to get through than Two Towers. Two Towers has severe complications sometimes, that to the point where you can't really figure out where to go. And this one is a lot more straightforward. I think I've nearly beaten this one. Still haven't, though. I've had it for so long, too. Let's see, when did I get this one? Yeah, it's another 2003 game, so yeah, I've had this game almost 20 years and I still haven't beaten it. But it's still fun. It's because I backtrack a lot and go back to levels that I like playing rather than play the levels that are hard, you know? That's just me, I guess. Okay. Got 2 Pirates of the Caribbean games. This one is the first one that came out, and oh my gosh. If I didn't mention it already, Johnny Depp is my favorite actor, and he did not do the voice of Jack Sparrow in this game. However, the guy that does his voice in this totally matches. Like, it's crazy. And it almost sounds exactly like him. So, you know, I forgive it. And there's also a Dead Man's Chest game for PSP. I don't know if I have actually covered that in a video yet. I don't think I've done my PSP collection yet, have I? Probably not. But anyways, yeah, this one, it's worth playing. It really is. It's got some challenge, of course, but yeah, Legend of Jack Sparrow. Here we are with Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. This one's pretty challenging. You get to play other characters, though, which is actually pretty cool. You get to play Will Turner and Elizabeth, and it's pretty cool. I enjoy this one a lot. It's very challenging, though. I'm still stuck on this one level with, I think you're playing Elizabeth, and there's these little tornadoes and stuff around, and it's toward the end, and it's so hard for me, so I haven't been able to really beat this one yet, but yeah, it's worth a try, right? Alright, I was gonna do a separate video on all my Lego games, so I might be including these in that video soon, but let's get into the Star Wars games that I have. So this is Lego Star Wars, a video game. Now, I admit, when this came out, I was kind of like, oh god, collective eye roll, you know? I can't believe they gotta make everything into Legos and blah blah blah. At first, I was just like, ugh, you know? But it grew on me real fast when I picked it up and played it. And I know everybody hates the prequels with a passion, but I love the prequels so much, and this game is just beyond anything I expected, and it basically threw a flame under my passion for Lego games, and I have loved them ever since and own pretty much all of them now. So I'm kind of proud of that. Here we are with the Lego Star Wars 2 original trilogy. When this one came out, I remember everybody was all in a tizzy. They're like, oh my gosh, we're actually going to do the originals now. It's like, well, it makes sense. They had to do prequel and then do the next three, you know? They went in order with release order, you know? But, yeah, this one came out in 2006. So about a year after this one. Because this came out in 2005. I remember this came out around the time Episode 3 came out. So, yeah, those are definitely worth picking up. Oh boy, and here we are with Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Now, I have this digitally on my PS4 as well because it is available in a bundle. A Star Wars bundle, and I got one of those bundles a while back. It had pretty much the games I'm going to be showing here in a few minutes. This one and two other ones that are also in my little stack here. But yeah, this one you get to play Jango Fett, and it's pretty cool because you get to see and experience his missions that he went on before Episode 2 happened. So yeah, this one's definitely worth a pickup if you're into Star Wars, because, you know, it's Jango Fett, Boba Fett's dad. Why not? Okay, this one's just silly, but I love it. You get all these big head characters, and it's basically a silly Star Wars driven game based on Episode 1, basically. And you've got all these different racers from Episode 1. The graphics on this game are a little bit sad. This came out in 2001, the year I graduated high school, so that tells you how old this game is. It's... yikes. It's 21 years old now. Yikes. That's crazy. Where's the time go? Where does the time go? But yeah, this one has always been one of my favorites to pick up and play once in a while, because it's just craziness after more and more craziness, and the levels are fun to play because you're traveling through different scenes and all that stuff, mostly in episode 1, so it's a good time. It really is. It's a goofy good time, and I mean, look how goofy they look. I mean, look at Darth Maul's face. Derp. I always thought he looked really dumb right there, but that's just me. And Sebulba's over here like, dude, you know? And Yoda, oh god, Yoda. Don't get me started on that movie's version of Yoda. I was so glad when they CG replaced him in the new version of it, because, oh, it's not that the puppet was bad, but he just looked so weird, you know? Some of you have to agree. Alright, this was one of those 3 that I told you about that's on my PS4. It came in a bundle. Racer's Revenge. Now, this is a sequel to Star Wars Racer, which is, the 3rd game on my PS4. Because I don't have a physical copy of that one. It was on PC and Nintendo 64 at the time. But I have it on PS4 now, so. But this one is really fun. It's, let's see. 18 levels, 5 worlds, 13 courses. And, this one has more of an adult Anakin in it. Pretty much the episode 2 version of Anakin is in this one, so it's not so bad. And this one came out in 2002, so this one came out a year after the other one. It's not so bad. Alright, Clone Wars Republic Heroes. I also have this for PSP, and they're exactly the same game. Exactly. So I have it for both consoles because sometimes I like to sit at home and sometimes I like to play it on the go, because this one's actually pretty interesting. It's a fun time. Star Wars Battlefront. Yeah. The original one that started, well, everything Battlefront. This one's really fun too. It's a lot of bang bang shoot, you know what I mean? And I have the 2 PS4 games of Battlefront, and for some reason, as good as the graphics are, it doesn't beat just playing the originals. Like, the originals they had something special going on with them. So, they're definitely worth owning if you don't have them already. Here's Star Wars Battlefront 2, of course. Got Obi-Wan up in there. I like to play as, either Jedi or, Yoda, or good guys, basically. I'm not about the bad guys. Alright, these are very, very challenging. Star Wars Starfighter. My goodness gracious. You're pretty much fighting in space, and you'd think I'd be used to space fighting because I play Ratchet and Clank so much, but this is quite a bit different. The controls are pretty stiff sometimes, and it makes it hard to do the things they're asking you to do at times, so you have to restart your missions several times. It's fine for what it is, but... And this one, Jedi Starfighter, it's a little bit better. The controls are definitely a little bit better. But it's still more of the same, so, it's got a lot going on with it that's a whole lot of not right at times, but, what can you do? Alright, guys, that is 45 PlayStation 2 games. Now... that's only half of my collection. The next group will be maybe a little bigger. I'm looking at it right now. I'll give you a little sneak preview. See that stack over there? Yeah. But anyway, I haven't counted them. But this was 45 PlayStation 2 games. And let me know in the comments, which ones are your favorite out of all the games I had in this video? Which ones are your favorites? Which ones have you played? Which ones did you hate? Which one, just talk to me. I'm here to listen and offer, pointers, tips, whatever, because I've pretty much tried and played and almost beaten most of these. So if you're struggling a little bit, just let me know. Give me a shout, and I might be able to help you. Alright, well, that'll do it for this video. So stay tuned for the next one. Bye, guys.